here we're in our avionics test facility. That's where we do test avionics of all sizes and shapes. So here we have a bunch of thermal cycling chambers that'll take parts and put...
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are doing absolutely well. In today's video, we will tell you about what is inside SpaceX's Starship factory. What is SpaceX? For those of you who are unaware, let me first start by introducing SpaceX, Space Exploration Technologies Corp. Also called SpaceX, is a private American company that manufactures spacecraft and gives services of space transportation. The headquarters of the company is located in Hawthorne, California. It was founded by Elon Musk in 2002. Elon Musk is a business magnate and an entrepreneur. He also holds the position of CEO and chief engineer at SpaceX's goal was to decrease space transportation costs. In 2001, Elon got involved with an organization called Mars Society and was inspired by the idea of growing plants on Mars. He also went to Moscow to purchase missiles that could help him to do so. He contacted companies like Cosmotras and NPO Lavachik, but they did not take him seriously, and you'll be surprised to know what he did next. He built his own company to manufacture rockets. Isn't that amazing? Keep watching the video and you'll be surprised to see how much Elon Musk has achieved over the years. Musk also joined Tesla Motors in 2004 as chairman. He became the CEO of Tesla in 2008. He helped in creating a solar energy company called Solar City in 2006. He is also one of the founders of a research company known as OpenAI that promotes artificial intelligence. He co-founded a company that focuses on the development of brain-computer interfaces known as Neuralink in the year 2016. He's the founder of a company that constructs tunnels called The Boring Company. He's one of the richest men in the world. Let me now tell you a little about the achievements of SpaceX. In 2008, SpaceX successfully launched the Falcon 1, a liquid-fueled rocket after 3 failed attempts. It was the first to reach the orbit of Earth. In 2010, it became the first private company that succeeded in the recovery of a spacecraft. It's also the first private company that sent a spacecraft to the ISS in 2012. One of the major achievements of this company is the cost reduction and reuse of launch vehicles. In 2020, SpaceX sent humans into orbit and to the International Space Station. The company sent 143 satellites to space in a single mission in 2021. It also reused booster launch for the first time for a national security mission. National security missions never reused boosters before. SpaceX started developing Starlink constellation in 2015, which can help in providing satellite internet access. The first 2 prototypes were launched in 2018. SpaceX estimated the total cost of building, designing, and deploying the constellation to be around $10 billion. All of the projects of SpaceX were self-funded and not funded by the government, which makes it the first private company to accomplish so much in such a short time. Starship Factory, a super heavy lift launch vehicle and a fully reusable system developed by SpaceX is known as Starship. The system is comprised of 2 stages. The first stage is called Super Heavy, and the second stage is called Starship. Starship is going to cost less than Falcon Heavy, Falcon 9, and Dragon 2. It will be an important part of commercial space travel and will help to launch 12,000 satellites to hold the internet satellite constellation of SpaceX called Starlink. The current system can propel 60 satellites at a time, whereas the Starship will launch up to 400 satellites at once in orbit. The Starship will go far beyond the moon, as it has been built for a long space flight duration. It will also be able to take tourists to the moon. Isn't that fascinating? Like, who doesn't want to go to the moon? In 2021, SpaceX claimed that Starships will be able to fly a huge number of people to space within 5 years. A lot depends on the Starship, and that is why the Boca Chica launch site is so important. A private rocket manufacturing site was constructed at Boca Chica, Texas by SpaceX. Keep watching the video to find out what is inside the insane Boca Chica launch site. The CEO of SpaceX, Elon Musk, is aiming to produce a Starship missile every 3 days in the Boca Chica launch site in Texas. He's trying to produce Starship rockets in higher quantity by increasing the workforce of the company, making the factory operate 24/7. But the question is, what resources do they have to make it happen? Let's find out. The Boca Chica is a small village located 20 miles east of Brownville and on the Boca Chica Peninsula, which is 2 miles away from the Great Rio Grande River. This little village was formed by John Caputa, a property developer of Chicago in 1976. Unfortunately, the village was destroyed by the devastating hurricane called Beulah. The village of Texas was once an unfrequented area. and a heaven for the people who like dirt biking, camping near the water, fishing, etc. The village was known for its bad weather and environment. People would have forgotten about the existence of this village if it weren't for the Starship factory. The fate of the village changed when Elon Musk decided to form the launch site of future space vehicles in the village in 2014. There were other options including Puerto Rico, Florida, Georgia, etc. But Boca Chica was chosen. Now the village is home to SpaceX's Starship facility. Tourists click selfies with the spaceship under construction during the day, and the excavators dig the Earth at night at the busy development site. Before the launching tests, they notify the residents to evacuate the area temporarily for safety measures. SpaceX is manufacturing Starship rockets and testing the prototypes in the launch site since the year 2014. The company planned to launch 12 rockets every year from the factory. The factory was made to support the heavy firing of Falcon vehicles. But then in the year 2018, they decided to use the site only for the manufacture and launching of the Starship. SpaceX has promised to take people to Mars. Do you think they can make it happen? Is that why the Boca Chica factory is so important? Are they going to produce the vehicle that can take people to Mars in that facility? Well, only time will tell. Hundreds of employees work 24 hours to produce the Starship and other space vehicles. They always strive for making a ship fly faster, further, and better with a very little amount of money. Visitors are not allowed to enter a lot of places, but there are many footages taken of the SpaceX facility. Huge buildings have been sited there that are spacious enough to accommodate massive gas tanks that are filled with rocket fuel, Starship vessels, and launching pads. On 9 December 2019, the first Starship was launched in the Texan facility. It reached a height of 41,000 feet into the sky, and then was returning to the launch pad according to the plan, but it descended with a very high speed and was severely damaged. The launching troubles at Boca Chica didn't end with this incident. The second Starship launching also didn't go as planned. Then, after a few weeks, the third Starship was launched. It landed well, but after 8 minutes of landing, it exploded. The fourth Starship was launched on 30th March 2020. It exploded in a spectacular fashion in the middle of the sky, scattering its highly expensive pieces everywhere. The parts of the Starship were scattered in every direction for up to 5 miles. There have been a lot of failed rocket launching attempts in the facility, but Elon Musk has already stated that they expect that to happen and try to learn from their failures to build better rockets. And on 5th March 2021, the fifth Starship was launched from the site and successfully landed by completing a 33,000 feet test run. It will include the current launch site, more houses, and more tourist attractions. This will help in growing the population of the city. Do you think this once secluded village will soon transform into one of the most scientifically advanced cities in the whole world? What are your thoughts on the Starship facility? Tell us in the comment section down below. This is all for today, friends. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, press the like button. Subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to get notifications of the latest